Welcome back to YouTube Live at E3, and right now it is such an honor to welcome a very special guest to the show who brought another special guest with us. You saw the brand new trailer for Death Stranding, the first look at that in-engine gameplay that we've all been waiting to see, one of the most anticipated games of all time, Death Stranding, from the legendary Hideo Kojima. And Mr. Kojima, it's such an honor for you to join us here on YouTube Live at E3. And you brought a very special guest with you who was revealed as one of the cast members, the one and only Lindsay Wagner. Lindsay, it is so great to have you here at E3 and be part of Mr. Kojima's latest production, as we can see on your shirt, new key art with featuring you. So we have so many questions, Mr. Kojima, about what you showed. But first of all, I want to talk about you, Lindsay, because this is, we knew about Mads and Norman being in the cast, but this was a big reveal that you're involved in this. So tell me, how do you and Hideo Kojima meet? How does this happen?
He surprised me. He called me.
He calls you on the phone?
They called me.
Yes.
And said he was interested in me being using my image in the film. I mean,
right.
Film. I have to get used to your
lingo. It's similar to a film. Yes, the game.
Yeah, the game. And so I said, we need to meet and talk. I need to know more about it. And so he told me the essence of it and the intentions for various parts of it, which of course we won't tell you.
Yes. He's already warned you, don't.
And
he's sneaky.
But I just, honestly, after doing my research and meeting him and the rest of his people, I was so impressed.
It's incredible.
And I thought, well, you know what? If I've never done one before and I'm going to start out, I may as well start out with the best.
The best of the best, absolutely. Now, Mr. Kojima, has it always been a goal of yours to have Lindsay in one of your games? How did you pick her?
いただくのはずっと夢だったんですけど、どういう基準で彼女を選んだんですか？
僕にとってリンゼさんも特別な存在で、僕の人生で一番憧れて影響を受けた人がリンゼさんです。
First and foremost, Lindsay is such a special person for me. She's the person that I idolized and admired the most in my life and had a deep, deep impact for me.
で、新しいスタジオを作って新しいタイトルを作るときにですね、まずノーマンは最初決めてました。彼を主人公にゲームを作ろうとしてました。
So when creating a new studio, when trying to work on a new project, I started thinking of the cast, and first I had my mind set on Norman for the starring main role.
で、次にヒロインなんですけども、もういつ死んでもいいようにですね、一番影響を受けた人、リンゼさんにヒロインの役をやってもらおうって、それはもう、企画のほぼ、当初ですね、ノーマンを決めたその翌日ぐらいにも心の中で決めてました。
And then for the heroine, well, I was thinking, might as well be my last project. I don't know, so I want to make it count. And the person that has influenced me the most, that I look up for the most, is Lindsay. So this was decided at a very early stage of the project. Pretty much the after I decided for the main role for Norman, I had my mindset on her for the heroine role.
ただ最初にお会いする時にですね、非常にセンシティブになってナーバスになって、もう気持ち悪くなるぐらい緊張してしまって、逃げ出したかったっていうのは本音です。
But to be completely honest, right before meeting Lindsay for the first time, I was so nervous, so stressed. I almost felt nausea out of the stress.
You got to meet Mr. Nero, got to meet Lindsay Wagner. Tell me about Lindsay, her career. What spoke to you so much about her and her roles over the years? Why you idolize her so much?
リンゼさんのどういうところ、どういう役割がそんなに影響を与えたのか教えてください。
そうです。僕は13歳の時にバイオニックウーマンを見て、毎週見てましたテレビで。
So when I was 13, I used to watch Bionic Woman every week.
そこからもうすごい続婚になって、2 People とかペーパーチェイスとか、後追いですけど映画とかも全部見ました。
And from there, I was so fascinated by her that afterwards I just started seeing everything I could say from her to Chase as well.
Paper Chase.
Sorry, Paper Chase. All her movies I started watching afterwards.
バイオニックウーマンのすごいところはですね、サイボーグなんですけども、今のマーベルヒーローとかとは違って人に暴力は絶対振るわないんです。
Now, the one thing that was so special about the Bionic Woman is that she's a cyborg, she has special abilities, but she never uses violence, unlike Marvel
自分
heroes,
の
other
特殊
heroes.
能力を人を傷つけたりは絶対しないやり方で、彼女の本当の強さで、人々を救うっていうそういうドラマで、それがまさにリンゼさんのキャラクターというか、そのお会いして分かったのはそのものだったんですね。リンゼさんの思想から何から。なんで僕の中の女神です、彼女は。
So she never uses her special powers to inflict pain and to hurt people. She tries always to solve any conflicts with her own unique kind of strength. That was so special for me. And then after meeting her, I realized that was Lindsay herself. That was not only the Bionic Woman, but that was herself, which confirmed that she's a goddess for me.
Wow. Now, video games, you mentioned about, solving things through violence. Sometimes video games can be very violent. People, misunderstand them. The video game world, you said, was new to you, Lindsay. Was there any sort of trepidation about, stepping into one of these games or what was going to be involved in it?
Sure. Just, if it was just a typical good guy, bad guy, I win because I'm more violent and I'm stronger, I was not interested.
Yeah.
But I found him to be very deep person and beautiful team, and the intention for the piece I thought was exquisite, and we can't
Did
tell
he
you
tell
any
you
more
what
about
I was going
it.
to say,
No,
it's like,
no,
if
we
you can
can't.
tell us the intention of the piece, but it's like, he's very mysterious, but you said such a deep thinker in all his work. And that's not just this game, all his games have deep feeling about family and time and space and all those elements.
And now I'm going to have to learn to do a video game.
Now you have to play.
Now I have
Do you
to.
have your PlayStation at home yet? We got to get you a PlayStation.
Soon, yes, please.
Soon.
I'm waiting. I'll get you my address.
最初に、お会いするときにですね、リンゼさんが人と人が銃で撃ち合うゲームが多くて、そういうのがちょっとあまり好きじゃないっていう話を聞いてたんですね。
So one thing I knew before meeting her was that Lindsay, she knew about games, and she knew that most games were about shooting each other, about punching each other, and that she was not very fond of that. That I knew beforehand.
で、このデス・ストランディングはそういうゲームじゃなくて、銃ではなくて縄という概念で人々をつなぐ、世界をつなぐゲームですっていうのを、最初お会いした時3時間半かけて説明しました。
So when first meeting her, I explained to her that this game was not about just combat and punching each other, but about having the concept of a rope, and through this concept, bringing everyone together. And I took my time, 3 hours and a half, explaining her that concept the first time I met her.
So he talked to you for 3.5 hours about his vision?
話してたんですか、そのビジョン。
Oh my God.
全然
Wow.
5分ぐらいの感じでしたけど、
I mean, it felt like 5 minutes.
もう断られたら死んでしまうって感じだった。
I was thinking that I was gonna die if she didn't take the role.
A very important meeting. So tell us about the process of being in this game. You went through the scan and you're performing and all that. Tell us about that. Was that new for you, doing all
That
that?
was very new.
Yeah.
I've not done motion capture or anything like that before.
Wow.
But it's all
Dots on your face.
zillion dots, which did not want to come off at the end of the day. And I was panicked to go home looking like, I had the pox, the chicken pox or something. Yeah, it was very interesting sitting in a booth with, I don't know how many cameras were there, like 100 and something.
160台ぐらい。
Like around 160, yeah.
160 cameras in this tent where you sit in the middle of it. And then of course I had to come in a leotard. It's like I hadn't been in a leotard for a couple decades.
Oh, you do that, and then obviously you get going and do voiceover eventually and performance, and so there's obviously a lot of scenes. We see some amazing moments here with the character. Do we have a name for your character? Are we allowed to ask?
ありますけどまだないですよ。
Of course she has a name, and of course we haven't said
リ
it.
ンゼさんにしかできないちょっと特殊なキャラクター、
But
大きなキャラクターですね。
the character itself is a very important character that only Lindsay would be able to do.
Okay. All right. Well, again, we have lots of questions now. I have to ask you about some of the things we saw in the trailer because you got to see it there at the press conference. The reaction, there's so much there. Mr. Kojima, I think everyone was very excited to see what looked like gameplay of the game, and many people online were like, "It looks like it's in game," but then people say we see Norman, but then we see other characters walking around. So a lot of people are saying, do you play as other characters as well, or is it just as Norman's character? What can you tell us?
このデス・ストランディングはノーマンになるゲームです。 ノーマンしか操れません。
This Death Stranding is about controlling Norman, so you can only control Norman's character.
All right, so there are other characters obviously running around. I think some people were wondering, the gameplay. We saw a lot of walking, we saw a lot of exploring, but people were wondering about the, the combat, the interaction, the enemies, sort of, what that experience will be like. Can you share anything about that and how that will work in the game?
そこはどうなるのかっていうのがすごく気になってるみたいです。
まあ敵みたいなのは当然います。
Well, first, yes, of course, you have some enemy-like.
で、まあ力で戦っていくこともできますけど、そうじゃないやり方がいっぱいあるので。
And it is possible to power your way through it, but also the game offers you lots of alternative ways to go around it.
で、当然戦って敵を倒すことが目的では全くありません。
And of course, the goal of this game is not fighting with your enemy and defeating the enemy.
世界をつないでいくのが目的なので。
The goal of this game is to reconnect the world.
まあとはいえシューティングが好きな人もいると思うので。
That said, though, I'm
まあ
guessing that a
そ
lot
う
of
いうこと
people
も
out
でき
there.
ますけど、それは進めできませんし、そういうゲームではないというのがプレイをしていると分かってくる仕組みです。
A lot of people out there are into shooters, so people can do that also in this game. However, I would not recommend that, and through playing the game, people would realize that that is not the ideal option, although they will have that option.
And Mads had recently said the game was about global player collaboration. So can you tell us about how we will all work together?
I like that.
Exactly,
That's
yes.
the term
あれ
I
は
was
マ
looking
ッツ
for.
さんが勝手に言ってしまった。
That was Matt speaking on his own.
Okay. No comment. We
ま
shall
あ
see.
間違いではないです。
But
正しい。
I'll just say he's not wrong.
Well, we can't wait to see, the layers of this, and I think we all wish we could get a 3.5-hour meeting with you to hear about the vision of what this is going to be. So, Lindsay, now that you...
I don't even know it all.
Oh, believe me, none of us do. It's like he loves to, twist the baby and all of these things, and you see all these trailers, and people want to piece them together, but we all have so much faith because when he finally brings the game out, and the deepness of the vision, I think, always blows us away. So, now that you've been involved in this, been a part of it, have you only sort of become even more sort of enamored with the process of games and what he's creating? I must imagine it's been amazing for you to even to be in that room tonight to see the reaction and see the finished footage.
It was interesting because my experience of the reactions was people were like, other people see something, somebody whacks somebody and they bleed and they go, yeah, and they were watching this, and then that Norman would do something and they'd be, they were almost quiet a lot of the time because I think it was so unusual that they didn't know what to think or what they were seeing because he doesn't give a lot away in the trailer for sure about what's going on. And it's spellbinding.
I know.
They were just kind of spellbound instead of riled up.
Oh yeah, no, it was an amazing moment.
It was an interesting experience.
The reveal of you, and there's another female character as well. What can you tell us about that other character?
女性キャラもいたようですけど、その女性キャラについては何か知ってますか？
レアさんも大好きな女優さんで。
So it was Lea Seydoux, who is also an actress I'm very fond
レア
of.
さんもレアさんにしかできないような役です。
And I prepared for
すごく
her
重要な役です。
a character, and also a very important character that only Lea will be able to pull off.
Excellent. And that's all we get. All right, well,
知ってもらいないんですね。
Mr. Kojima.
Nice try, though.
I know. Hey, I've tried for years. You're just like little pieces. So I got to say, it was a beautiful trailer. It's so great to have you in the video game industry. We can't wait to see more of your performance in the game. And it was nice to see the gameplay because I know many people online are always like, he makes these beautiful cinematic, trailers that we've seen at the Game Awards, but now we see the real game, Decima engine, gameplay real time. There is a game there, and we can't wait to see more of it and play it sometime soon. So thank you very much, Mr. Kojima. Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube Live at E3. Not long ago,